This is a tarot and oracle forecast for Scorpio for the month of January 2018. This is a general forecast for all Scorpios, so if you'd like a personal private reading or that amazing soulmate reading, I will leave the links in the description box below for you to book your reading, or you can buy a voucher for a reading instantly on my Etsy shop, the link in the description box below as well. Alright Scorpio, we're going to start with your relationship reading, move on to your general forecast, and finish up with your soul path evolution reading. Your relationship reading, you get heart-to-heart conversations, you get a card that speaks about attunement, you get the pan, and you get magic. So if we look at that lineup, then what I see is in the month of January, Scorpio, you will find that it is through a heart-to-heart conversation, a close one-on-one conversation with somebody that you're already in a relationship with, or someone that's coming into your life possibly. You find that when you sit down to have this conversation with this person, that you deeply resonate with one another, you understand one another really, really well. The Pan card says that this leads to a light-hearted, I want to say element, but I think also atmosphere in your relationship afterwards. This is where the magic happens in your relationship. So if you're in a long-term relationship, you get the opportunity in January to sit down with your partner and have a really good discussion with them about your relationship, life in general, whatever it may be. And January, the two of you line up, you have a deep accord, you understand one another perfectly. This doesn't always happen between two people in a partnership, we all know that, don't we? But January you have that opportunity, and because you can sit and actually talk to one another, understand one another and hear one another clearly, that's the important part. This brings or clears the air in a relationship in a big way. And because you can do that, that's what makes for this lightheartedness in your relationship afterwards. And that is what creates that magic, that element of bringing something into a relationship that you hadn't anticipated, that you didn't see coming, or that you didn't even think you could have in that particular relationship again. If you're looking for a new partnership or relationship, the same thing happens. You're quite possibly just going to sit down with a good friend you've had for a while, or someone at a gathering or a meeting or something like that. You're going to have a really good discussion with them, and you realize this person really gets you. The two of you really understand one another. You have a deep resonance with one another. And this is when the magic happens between the two of you. And let's see where that relationship goes, right? Okay, your general forecast. You get the Web of Life and you get Unravel. Now I picked two clarifier cards for this. Now this applies to your career life, your general life, your family life. The Web of Life card says your luck lies in January in continuing doing whatever it is that you were doing. So where your focus is centered, where you have had your focus centered, where is it your career, your family life, your general life, there's something each one of you Scorpios has kind of had all your focus and attention on. Keep doing that. Because you're actually building something up, you're actually creating something for the future, and the luck lies within continuing doing that. So you're most likely going to be doing that. You may feel at times that a bit of doubt creeping in, or you can't really see what's happening ahead of you. Maybe you feel as if you're putting a lot of work in, but you don't quite feel like you're getting the returns on it. Keep doing what you're doing, because the luck is coming with that. It's definitely coming. The Unravel card says, along with a burden card, something has been troubling you or burdening you, and the Unravel card says that in January, when I go quiet like that, I'm listening to the messages coming in, right? It says that there's a burden that you've had, something's been bothering you, something's been bugging you. In January, that situation unravels itself. So it's like a knot in your knitting. You know how I always talk about there's a hole in your knitting and you've got to pull your knitting out to where the hole is? This time there's a knot. And it's going to be unraveled, that knot, and you will find yourself starting to unravel this burden, whatever it may be. So in January you get that opportunity. So if it's been in your career sector, in your home life, or in your general life, something that has been a knot, something that's been bunched up and knotted up, unravels or starts unraveling in January, and you start relieving yourself of that burden, or seeing your way through that burden. If we look at your soul path evolution, you get the 6th of Earth and you get the Father card. Now, what's interesting about both these cards on this deck is they both speak about being supportive of somebody or something in January. So it can even be supportive of yourself and your project that you're involved in, can really very much be that case. Or supportive of somebody who perhaps you are watching starting a project, or very involved in a project, or even in a family situation, whatever it may be. And it speaks about reserving judgment and just openly giving them moral support, I think, more than anything else. Even though the Earth cards are normally more physical, more sort of, open manifestation of things, this is about just lending your support to this person or this project in January, and therein you will see manifestation within your own life. We often speak about the fact that what happens around us is sort of reflecting what's happening internally. So I think when you reserve judgment on others, you're reserving judgment on yourself, and then you start seeing the manifestation happening. You start seeing those blocks sort of just disappearing, melting away. Right, so reserve the judgment. You will do so in January. You're going to see that, and then you'll see the manifestation following. Right, Scorpio, I hope you enjoyed that reading. I'm just going to repeat again, if you'd like a more personal reading, which is more pertinent to you, or that amazing soulmate reading, I will leave links in the description box below to either book a reading or to instantly buy a voucher for a reading. I want to thank you for watching and listening and commenting and liking and subscribing, and to anybody that shares the video, a very big special thank you.